Afternoon Preps, we're out here with another episode of This Week in Yu-Gi-Oh! And not a lot to really mention other than the meta, really. That's all that we can really talk about today. So, just before we begin, had an interview today for one of my courses at uni. Went pretty good. So hopefully I'll find out by the end of this month if I got that course or not. So, yeah. Y'all praying for me, please. Y'all praying for me. Someone mentioned as well that I had some issues with my audio on my mic. I think that's because it's a very sensitive microphone. Should probably buy a pop filter or whatever, which you guys should join my streams for to help fund that shit. But yeah, sorry about the audio thing. I mean, I've put it further away now and I've turned down the audio volume. Hopefully it shouldn't be that loud now. Anyway, on to the episode. So we've got new card announced this week, Mauled Captain. You've probably seen all kinds of like news about it and stuff coming out in Code of the Duelist. So really cool card. When this is normal summoned, target a level 4 or lower monster in your grave, special in defense, but its effects are negated. So as you can imagine, with Code of the Duelist coming out with link summoning, a lot of link monsters will say, you know, need X amount of materials. So normally something, as an example, to affect monsters. So Mauled Captain here is essentially a one card link monster, for example. So obviously it seems like that's the kind of direction they're taking. We're trying to promote obviously the new link mechanic and stuff. This card's very good, very strong. Even just as a sort of cool little generic toolbox thing, you guys know I'm a huge fan of non-archetype engine cards, like the Hands, a Mathematician. These are just really generic, like good cards, like just that you could like work to put them in sort of anything, like Gofu as well. That's technically a Blackwing, but you know, we've seen that in decks that aren't Blackwings, like for the most part. Apparently it's quite bad in Blackwings. Not too sure about that. Apparently people literally say it's not good in Blackwings. But that's besides the point. So yeah, Mauled Captain, really cool card. I do like it. I like that it's not level 4, going with the standard, you know, overpowered level 4. We know how fucking broken the rank 4 toolbox is. Literally is not anything. I can't think of anything in the game the fucking rank 4 toolbox doesn't out. So yeah, it's a really cool card. I like it. And obviously it's Marauding Captain for some of you lore nerds, which is pretty cool. Nice to see a little comeback there. Artwork looks pretty funny there. I don't know who that is, this one in the back. I feel like that one's familiar, and I feel like this guy at the front is familiar as well. I think this guy here with his ass up in the air, that's the... I think that's the guy on the card art of Confiscation, if I'm not wrong. It looks like it might be him. Yeah, so see her, the woman there with the green and the red bottom. She's actually wearing the same outfit, I think. No, she's actually wearing armor. Okay, but I think this guy here could maybe be like some kind of reference to that card. There's a few of the Sentry cards I think have that armored guy, and he's wearing like that same style of armor. I think that could be it. But yeah, just a little, you know, did you know kind of trivia there. So I'm probably wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. So next up we've got Star Pack reprint. This is the Battle Royale pack from Arc 5, and literally nothing particularly amazing here. Fluffle Leo, I don't think that was the good one. I don't think anyone played that one. But yeah, a bunch of Yosenjus. I don't want to like say like it's stereotypical, but it's stereotypical that the pack designed for children has the Yosenjus in it. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. Super Heavies as well we've got in here as a Fluffle Sheep. I think that one's a good one. I think you play like one or two of this guy. Edge Imps as well, that's really cool. I don't know if Saw is played. I don't think Edge Imp Saw is the one that's played. Janky Magician is very good. It's a pretty cool card. It was very good back in the day. Back in the day, it was like a year ago. Jiang Sheng Magician, I don't think that was ever played. Tri-Eyed Dice and Terrortop. These are really the big ones here, right? So Tri-Eyed Dice. Oh wait, no, sorry, I was thinking of Red-Eyed Dice. This one isn't like super like used at all. Really. I don't think anyone plays it in Speedroid decks, except the guy who beat me at Euros last year. He beat me with this card. Long story. Anyway, Terrortop here is that's the ulti they got in the picture. But yeah, common reprint. Made a video about this earlier in the week. What do we say? I think it's probably going to get hit now that they've reprinted it. The Slimes got reprinted. That's pretty cool. Swirl and Necro. So if anyone is still playing DD for some reason, y'all got yourself some more goods to play with, easier and cheaper to get. Very, very cheap deck, by the way. Literally the only money card is like 38, I think, which has probably collapsed now. And Crystal Wing is always retaining its value. That card is just very good. It's relevant as well because of Invoked. I say relevant, but you know, second Donkey as well. Nothing else that particularly caught my eye. I think some of the Fright First Sheep was a good one. Yep, Sheep. But that got reprinted, I think, in Fusion and Fortress just now in Super. So yeah, I mean, just pick yourself up a Super. It's cuter. It's prettier. I don't think Fright for Fusion was pre-printed in that, but yeah. Kendama. I've seen this one before. I think that I was looking for generic like machines to put in my Synchron deck. Sorry, not Synchron. Crystron deck. I looked at this guy, but he's not very good since you can like the deck revolves around playing on your opponent's turn, and this doesn't actually do anything on your opponent's turn, so it's a shame. But he's a cool floater, so that's awesome. So anyway, moving on to the meta. We've got the OCG first of all. Probably not do the OCG just yet. Let's go with the TCG. Okay, so yeah, just trying to get this to like not zoom in. Actually, I'll probably get rid of my face just really quick so you can see this a little bit easier. All right, here we've got YCS Atlanta top 32 breakdown. Obviously that just happened. I'm gonna do a bit of a longer video because I feel like it warrants its own sort of topic and discussion really. But yeah, this is the top cut, pure Zoo. It's completely swapped around since Seattle, I think it was. Yeah, Seattle. Where Kaiju Zoo was, I think, like around about the 11 mark, and I think Pure Zoo was about 13. Sorry, no, all the way around. Kaiju was definitely more popular. Pardon me. Kaiju falling out of popularity almost by half of the representation of Pure. Pure is just way more consistent. You get more options to play in your deck, like you can main deck all kinds of like techs and just generically like decent cards, like you can play Mirror Forces. There's chalices, my body's a shield, like all kinds of like cool like stuff you can just put in your deck, stuff that's gotten a lot of popularity recently. So yeah, it's just kind of like more of a Kaiju is more of a one-trick sort of pony thing. Like if you're playing against a deck that doesn't sort of like auto lose to board wipes, then the Kaijus become a lot weaker. The Kaijus themselves tend to sometimes be bricks rather than actually help you out. A Kaiju, you can put a Kaiju over a Trident or something like that, sure, but I mean there's, you know, a Chalice would help you in that situation. Chalice will also help you against other decks a little bit more. You know, Kaiju's not going to do anything against your opponent scything you. So yeah, I think the pure version is a little bit more toolboxy, a little bit more versatile. Kaiju obviously has a way higher OTK potential, but I just think like the sort of being able to play more traps as well in Pure Zoo makes it a little bit better. But anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on this. So yep, Zoo variants. In the Invoked Zoo, there's two Zoonoids. Metal Spectre Zoo. Someone put some Mad Spectres in there. Pure Frogs. This was the surprising one. This was the one that actually took the whole event. Feels like YCS Prague, I think 2015. It was like 25 Necros and like 2 BA and then like 1 BA 1. Like it's crazy how that happens. But yeah, Invoked One Witch deck doing way worse than I expected. Just Invoked in general. Like there's one of each variant, I think. Zoo Kaiju, Zoo. Yeah, they all basically suck, to be honest, it seems, at least judging by representation. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Alright, let's move on from that there. Go to the OCG, not much to talk about. It's really the same as last week. Literally the same as last week. I think Zoo's fallen down a little bit on representation. True Dracos skyrocketed. The True Dracos are Zoo True Draco, and then two of them are Pure True Draco. So yeah, I mean, you're going to be playing Zoo in basically every deck. So really, if we're looking at this chart here, we're looking at about 91% Zoo, 91% Zoo variants in the OCG. If a ban list ain't coming soon, then I don't know, man. I just hope that the ban list, well, OCG definitely need a fucking ban list. For us in TCG, I'd like to see a ban list probably after the next YCS. I'd like a new balance before Maximum Crisis, that's for sure. But yeah, we'll be doing a stream tomorrow night. Me, Cap, House of Champs, I think a couple of other YouTubers as well. So join us there. You should be able to just follow House of Champions, which is I'm going to recommend next for those of you. So I did my little breakdown there about all the profiles and stuff you want. most of the people in Top Cut were sponsored players, which is why this format's really good, because like if good players are topping, that's how good format should be, like, you know. But yeah, so a couple of cool profiles here. Check him out. I'll leave his channel in the description. You can check out his profiles. I've got a couple on my channel. The Shabis deck. Everyone was pretty hyped about this thing. Tyler Olenforst here, topping with BA Zoo Shadow. Just really cool card. Watch the profile if you want. It's really interesting. Definitely worth a watch. It's a really cool deck. But the real hero of this weekend, guys, the real MVP, the real just legend in the making, literal legend, is Luqman Mateen. Luqman here with his 55 card frog deck, playing Switcheroru, one copy of Reckless Greed, Full Force Virus, just to see him sometimes but not all the time, with no targets except when he X universes his opponent's monsters. 1 Starlight Row in the main, 3 Pakaya, 2 fucking Hallucigenia, the Shrink, the Paleozoic Shrink. No one plays this, but he does. The legend himself, the legend. Please go watch this video. It is fantastic. It's phenomenal. His logic is pristine. So onto the card watch here, Pot of Desires. So as you can see here, over the last couple of days, it was dipping quite significantly, and then it spiked up again. It's going up, and I think it's probably going to go further up because that YCS win was won by Pure Frogs, and he played Pot of Desires, of course. Pot of Desires is a staple 3-of in Frogs. We're going to see this climb back up again, which is good, I guess, if you're into that. Trying to sell it. I'm trying to personally sell mine as well. But yeah, Magical Meltdown. This card was fairly expensive. Oh, this is a field spell. I'm retarded. This is the one we're supposed to be looking at. Invocation. But basically about the same kind of trend here, because they're part of the same deck, the same archetype. This card just declining. People realizing this deck is not as good as you'd think. Invocation pretty stable at about £20. So yeah, it's a shame. I really wanted this deck to be good. You know, it's way too reliant on the normal summon. That's really the problem. Terrortop, look at that fucking crash. Look at that. Woo! That's Terrortop crashing. Wow. That's it went from what, like about £10 to £10. Lowest 980. Oh, £6. Okay, right. So it dropped by it's literally about half in price for the Super Terrortops, because we're getting that Star Pack reprint. And Ghost Ogre climbing. I think this card is not fantastic, but it's it was played in a lot of the decks, and we saw a lot of it on stream, so that's probably why that's climbing there. And finally, Solemn Strike. This is skyrocketing for some reason. I mean, have you guys not been playing Strike? Like, doesn't everyone have a set of Strike by now? Like, why is this going up? I mean, I thought that this was played by everyone and anything, basically. Like, most decks just run it. So, yeah, kind of strange to see it come back up. So, that's the market watch, boys. That's everything. Bit of a short episode today. Not much to really talk about, honestly, as you can imagine. Stay tuned for the 60-second version. Hopefully I'll upload that later tonight. And if you watch this far, give me hashtag good luck Nadir in the description. Please help me get through that interview. I need your good vibes. So yeah, thanks everyone, and take care, good luck, and have fun.